I made the last year, 2024, my best year so far in terms of achievements. And here's how you can do too. I promise that after this video, you have the knowledge on how to make any year your best year and how to achieve all of your goals. And I'm not going to only give you theories, but I'm going to give you data and practices. And the way that I'm going to do it, I'm going to tell you the stories, give you the lessons, and then I'm going to give you a secret of mine. So it all started at the beginning of the year. Actually, in fact, the real story started about 3 months before the beginning of the year when I started this project that you're seeing me right now with. It's YT Galaxy. I started this and I said, you know what? Here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to do for the next 2 months. So I did that. There was some sort of something happening because the second month, I spent the entire month with my mother in hospital, so I couldn't upload any videos. The third month, I went back and I was always on track. And I realized that my 2 months plan, it will take longer. So at the 5th of January, to be more exact, I made my yearly resolutions. Just as a spoiler alert, I did it. And I'm going to show you how to do it too. And not only that, how to make sure that your yearly resolutions are an upward spiral instead of downward, which a lot of people make this mistake of. And spoiler alert, because it is related to results, not volume based. Oh, you're not, what do you mean? I shouldn't make results? No, you should. So never make results as your yearly resolutions, except if you do this one thing. If you're going to do results as your yearly resolutions or your yearly goal, you might as well do what? You might as well make consistency or volume your secondary or primarily goal, in my opinion, because your goals or tracking goals or making results will help you to know what you want, and remember it. So you track, and whatever you track, grow. So if you're making the yearly resolutions related to results, and you're never going back and looking to those resolutions, it will not make any sense. However, on the other hand, if you're gonna make resolutions based on consistency, even if you don't look back all the time, sure, it will be better to track it, you have to track it, but it's almost not doable if you don't track it. If, let's say, you're gonna say, this year I'm gonna go 1,000 times to the gym, you have to track it. It's not like you have the decision not to track it. So, I'm pretty sure, the camera is a little bit off, isn't it? It is. Alright, now that is better, but you have to comprehend that you have to track it. And the more you track these stuff, the better, whether that be results. So let's say I want to go to the gym, lose 5 kilograms this year, 10 kilograms, whatever. I have to track now. Now I'm 70 kilograms. Next month, I'm 68. Next month, it goes down. And you have to track it. The thing about consistency is that it tracks itself. So let's say I'm going to say this year, instead of saying go this results that lose 10 kilograms or do that in addition to consistency, which means let's say this year I'm going to go 1,000 times to the gym. That's not doable. 100 times to the gym. So just by definition, you have to track. You have to see how many times you went to the gym and how much is lasting on you. So tracking works great when it comes to results and works even better. In fact, it's in the definition of tracking consistency. Consistency is necessary for making the results. The best consistency goals are the ones that drive results. However, the difference between consistency goals from one to another and the difference that makes someone actually succeed with his consistency goals and another one doesn't is based on the data he has. So as an example, this year I want to lose 5 kilograms. The last year, how much weight I lost, how much weight I gained, how many times I went to the gym. Let's say I went in the last year 100 times, but it was never cardio, or I did cardio, let's say 10 times. And I realized that I didn't lose a lot of weight except for the time that I did cardio, which is the 10 times. So, and I want to lose weight. The next year, I'm going to do it 100 times, but this time I'm not going to do 10 times cardio. I'm going to do more. I'm going to do 60, 50, depending on how much weight do I want to lose and how much that cardio actually gives me in terms of losing weight. The point out of this is you have to see data. At first you have to do volume, then you get the data. When you get the data, you analyze it. When you analyze it, you make the decisions. Those decisions are the secret that will drive the results. That's why I see it so unnecessary to make results-driven goals in the first place, unless if you've gone through this process and you know what drives results. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say if you go to someone who knows how to bodybuild. He has been 10 years bodybuilding. He knows how to grow muscles, how to lose weight, how to gain weight, etc. Now you're going to go to someone who doesn't have that much experience, and you're going to give them the same task. Is look the best of shapes or lose 10 kilograms. Who do you think has the highest chances of actually achieving that goal? Obviously the guy who has 10 years of experience. What is experience? Is it a feeling? Is it knowledge? Is it data? It is data, because nothing else comes with experience. Sure, you can network. Networking will not help you in weight loss. If it helps you, it will not make that much of a difference. However, data, it does. If you've done this for 7 years and you were losing weight consistently without any problem, the 8th year probably it will be easy. However, someone who's never done it, probably the first year will be challenging. So he has to collect the data with the goal in mind to do more volume. Get the data, analyze it, make decisions, put the volume again, which means he's more likely to achieve his goals after the feedback loop. It's something that happens everywhere. It's something that happens every time, and it's something that happens in every industry you're in. I'm a content creator, I'm a college student, and I'm a business founder. And I found this. Listen to this. I found one thing to work on college, on business founding, on content creation, which is this process. Doing volume first, getting the feedback. What feedback thus translates into data. You collect the data, then what you do? You analyze it, then what you do? You make decisions. And that's it. Once you do this again and again, just 1 or 2 times, you get the hang of it, you wrap your hand around it, you know how it feels, you know how it looks, and most importantly, you know that it will actually work. Not just literally diving head first, making results-driven goals. It won't work. So what you want to do is make consistency the goals. To make a better consistency goals, you have to go through the process. That's the only way. And if you want to hack your way around it, I tried it before about 3 years ago. Guess what happened? I didn't win. And it was not the best. At the end, I said, goals does not work. And the year next to that, I didn't make goals. 6 months later, I found out that I'm in the worst spot mentally, psychologically, physically, careerally, whatever you want to call it. And I realized that, I have to make goals again. So the thing is, you don't have to go through the path that I went through. Just use my data. I got the data, I analyze it, make the decision. And this is not personalized data. So as an example, I can tell you as if I found a data that if I brush my hair this way will be better than my brushing my hair this way, I probably will not give it to you because I know it won't work. In fact, I did this. I had the personalized data about me. I know that nobody will relate to it. And I gave it to my friends. That was my first time collecting data, analyzing it, and making decisions based on it. I gave it to my friends, my best friends. They're great. You know, one of them is an entrepreneur, editor, and YouTuber. He's an insane guy when it comes to his work. Another guy is an engineering student. He's awesome. And he said, you know what, fill whatever data I put in, the same stuff, the same metrics. And he said, yes, and this is awesome, but there is a problem, that there is some metrics that doesn't make any sense to us. To me, it doesn't make any sense. I said, well, it's just a me thing. Few about 2 months later, I realized that, well, that was true. It was something that was me based other than just globally thing. So now I know that if I tell you a knowledge, if I tell you something based on my data, it has to be globalized instead of something that only me experience. And this is something that makes the difference of the world. Is a make or break deal. Is something that literally can make your business grow or go down. It can make you succeed at college. Oh no. It can make you create that content and hit what you want or no. It's a deal breaker or maker. So you want what this translates into, head first, follow this. There is no other advice, no other thing that you want to get in to achieve what you want. In fact, I can just stop speaking here. And you already have enough information to literally succeed or make sure that you're going on the right path for at least the next 5-6 years. So you know that what I'm saying is real. You know what I'm saying is correct. Now that you understand the importance of it, you understand how this makes so much of a sense to you, in addition to anyone else, I'm going to give you something else. If you do this and you find it difficult, which is very important, a lot of people find consistency difficult, and that was me. When I told you I stopped making goals because I found consistency so difficult at that period. I was unable to be consistent. In fact, I was saying that people just lied to me. And in fact, inconsistency, there is inconsistency. I was searching about the definition of how desperate and how mentally drained and exhausted I was. But later on, I realized that that was not the correct answer. Consistency is consistency, but there is a trick. What I was doing is focusing on the goals, is focusing on what I will get. So for me, I was doing it with content creation. So I said, people are always used to see me here. Now if I want to make content, because now my business is literally falling to the ground, I have to go down and my content will be here. And I wasn't willing to make that trade. Guess what happened? My business went down. My business went down to a point that is far greater to, dude. Like, let's say worst case scenario. And I'm not just gonna tell it to you, but I'm gonna tell it to myself then. Okay, Mr. Whitey, you call yourself. Show me how. Show me what's the worst case scenario if you're consistent. Okay, I'm consistent. My videos will not be as good because even if I try to make them better, I can't because my business is falling. Okay. Let's say you are consistent. What's going to happen? Or people will think that my videos aren't good anymore and they will criticizing me. And I will get unfollows and unsubscribe. Okay. Makes sense. Then what? Well, that's it. That's all the bad points. Okay, now let's see if you're consistent. No, let's see if you're inconsistent. You stopped, because that's what I did. I was thinking that I will find a thing I didn't find. You are inconsistent, what's going to happen? People will unfollow. People will think you do not exist anymore. And people will know that you just stopped. Which one is worst? The not uploading. And with being consistent, you have the chance to not only get back, but at least make it surviving. People respect people who are consistent, people who do not stop. That's our nature. Survival nature. That's literally what it says. Now good. Now you understand the consistency and you understand the inconsistency scenario. You have to comprehend one thing. There's only 3 states of a human being in terms of working on something, whether that be in college, whether that be in business founding, whether that be in content creation. There's only one thing that I found, rule that combines and applies to all of them. It's so crucial that I think it's the most important rule. It is whether you do more of what you're currently doing, whether you do better than what you're currently doing, whether you do something new, which is rare. The doing more stuff is, I can't do any better. I don't have the resources, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the network, I don't have the data. Okay? Sure. What you can do is do more of what you do. There is ways. Don't tell me there's no ways. There is ways. If it's college, you study more, you revise more, you take more notes, you do this. If it's content creation, you upload more videos, you edit more, you film more, you write more, you script more, okay? Get that? If it's business founding, you advertise more, you market more, you make more products, you literally serve more clients, you do more outreach, you do more warm outreach, you do cold outreach, you do cold calls, got the point? Everything. It's the same rule. So what you want to understand from this is the first. Second, do better. When I say do better, let's say I'm in college. I'm doing this thing. I'm revising every day, revising. I couldn't do more revising. I do better. So how can I make my revising better? My revisions better? I add, let's say, stimuli, music, something. I don't know, whatever works good for you. If I have photographic memory, I have to add illustrations. I have auditive memory, I'm gonna make it sound. Okay, I'm gonna demonstrate it, watch videos. The list goes on. If I am a content creation, I'm gonna work more on my script. I'm gonna try to make my image better. I'm gonna edit better. I'm gonna make thumbnails better. I'm gonna make my channel. Got the point? The same thing goes with business founding. How to make your business better, or your business founder, how to do that better? Well, you serve your customers better. You talk to them better. You do marketing better. You script sales better. Your automated responses better. Your products better. That's it. Your branding better. The thing is, there's always these things. So new is something that I honestly found, like, in my entire life, I'm going back. It's like in my almost a decade of content creation, probably met it with once, twice, 3 times, something like this. It's not too common. Which is, let's say in college, I'm doing revision all the time. I can't do more. I did better. I can't do any better. Right? Which is hard to do both. That's why I told you this is rare. Now, I can do more, I can do better, I should do new. Whether taking another class, whether that being not revising, but actually teaching, something weird. It's not weird, not necessarily weird, should make sense, but the thing is, it's different the more and different than the better. And usually, just by this definition, you're almost never stopping. You're almost every year, you know how to make it better. The thing is, people just dream. And the other thing is, most people never achieve their dreams. You don't want to be most people, you want to be the less of people. And here's the thing. If there is one thing that everyone should know about the definition of success is this: success is literally doing something that people are unwilling or afraid to do. Unable or afraid to do. They want or they can't do it. So when you are about to do something and you find it a little bit, let's say, difficult, you're afraid, you can't do it, it's hard, you're having a headache, you're having all of the PR problems, you're having the HR problems, you're having all of those. So PR is public relations, HR is human resources. You have to comprehend that is the price of what you want. What do you want? Is it to build a company? Is it to found a business? A business that is actually business that lasts? Is it to create content that makes an impact, that grows big, your name grows big, you become famous, your channel gets big? Or is it to continue getting in college, to get that degree, to become a teacher, to get a job, to do whatever? That is the cost of what you want. If you think that what you want is so awesome and so big and not everyone has it, and at the same time you think it's gonna be easy or you will get it with little to no price, then you're wrong. Just to say the least, you are wrong. Everything in life, there is nothing as something for nothing. I'm gonna give you something, you're gonna give me something back. That's the nature of things. That's the nature of universe. There is no such thing as something for nothing. And that's why most beginners in every field in life, they fail a little bit because they believe that they can get everything for nothing, or they can get something for nothing. Then they understand it the hard way that, well, if they do that, they will not get anything, and more than that, they will do nothing. They realize that for them to get something, they have to do something in return, which you have to comprehend that it is the cost of what you want. You want to grow that company, that's the cost. You want to fund that business, that's the cost. You want to grow your content, that's the cost. You want to continue being in college, that's the cost. Is whether you're afraid or you're unable. That's why it is the definition of success. You literally do something that people are unable or afraid to do it. Can't or afraid to do it. Can't or won't. Two things. And look, as I promised, there's nothing else that you have to comprehend that will give you that magic of a wand, okay? That will make you just instantly making the next year your best year. Okay, but the thing is that there's a lot of small stuff that you have to do. There's a lot of small bosses that you have to beat in order for you to meet the big boss, or in this situation, you get the big bonuses. And that's really what it is. A lot of people, like most people, are great starters but bad finishes just because they don't apply these rules. And the thing is, I'm talking from experience because I've done that for years and years. I was great starter, but never good finisher. I realized that I have to look at the data, analyze, make decisions. I have to do what I'm telling you, which is go through the process, feedback loops, infinitely, unlimitedly, until you're like, okay, I finished this time. And as I promised, now you literally have everything you need in order for you to make the next year the best year so far. I literally gave you all what I had. It's the data, it's everything. That's my most precious thing. I give it to you in here. I just don't gatekeep. It's not just, I don't gatekeep. What you've seen here, you can never unseen. So you might as well subscribe.